Welcome to Dunsmore Moving Dirt. This morning we're on a little old project. Got a little erosion problem here we're going to try to fix, and this is part of it right here, and the wind's blowing, so I'm going to try to keep the camera out of the wind. But we got water coming off this hill, and it's starting to come through this gate and come down and go to this tank and wash out. And we got water coming down this road, but you could fill this in, but it's going to wash right back out because of the water that's coming off of this field right here. So, whoop, like lost my camera. I'm going to set up my level and try to put a little old terrace around this corner and dump the water back over here, just this side of that gravel and that grassy spot, and then it'll go across that grass and go into the tank where it's probably supposed to go. But over the years this is just washed out right here, so there's no sense in trying to fix this until you get the water shut off. So that's what we're going to be doing this morning, and I'll set it up. And where this is going off in this tank, it's just causing a lot of trouble. I think they come in here years ago and got some dirt, and they widened this road out and had quite a bit of truck traffic on here, and that's not helping matters any. And this water's going to the tank, but it needs to be coming in where that dozer sitting that way across that grass instead of coming in here, because when it does, it just falls off into this tank. And of course you can see, just look at the silt that's washed in there that's went out into that tank just because of this water pouring off of this edge. So that's why you got to fix the water from coming down here before you fix this. This will hold until you once you get the water shut off. That's pretty deep, and he crosses this. This is supposed to be his road to get back into this other part of the pasture. Now this right here, right now it's not hurting a whole lot, but you can see this water's been coming here, then it looks like it's trying to bust off and go over there, so that's going to be a problem. But could fix that. Back over and get that pile of dirt and put it right there. But this may help that if I can run this terrace and bring that water back around to a different spot. So anyway, we'll let y'all see that this morning as I'll get that terrace laid out, and then we'll start. Okay, I'm in the cab, out of the wind, thank goodness. So here's where my terrace will dump out onto this grass right here, and then go across the road and go to the tank, and then the rest of it's on a 10th fall per 100 a foot. I will drive up it here. I need to rib it anyway. Got more moisture than what you think it does. It looks pretty hard and dry on top, but underneath it's got some moisture. So it's on a contour, that's why it's crooked and everything, to keep it on the grade that I want. Now this will shut all this water from going through that gate and going through this other little old place that they built. Hopefully it's going to end up in the same place. It's just not going to carry a bunch of silt with it when it dumps into that tank. So really we're going downhill, but the terrace is running back the other way. I had to just keep moving it up the hill a little bit. That way I can take this water and dump it into the tank. So This is all on his property, so I'm not taking water away from somebody else's watershed, just everything on his, but get as much water as we can in this little old tank here. Eventually this ground breaks so far it's going to go back that away, so that's why this thing's bending up the hill, because the ground's falling too fast if it was straight. It just curves around and it'll dump into that grass. So we'll get this thing built and let you see what it looks like. I just got the Terrace shot out, and grade looks pretty good on it, so I'm fixing to start caving this old gully in and start back out there in that tank, start filling that in and walking it in and packing it in all the way up to here where we're sitting, and then probably take some dirt and put it back up on the road. But I'll let you see that as we're doing that. turned out to be a pretty nice day after freezing this morning, but I got this finally put back. Instead of a gully, there's a hump here now, so got all the gates where they'll open. This gate right here, if it was back up on the hinges, you could just close it without having to pick it up, but all the other ones pick up and everything. There's the back side of the terrace, so everything from the top up the hill goes down the terrace and comes and hits the grass and about where that flag is and goes to the tank. I've got this raised up where if anything does come down this fence, it'll just go on down and break over there, but there shouldn't be a whole lot. That cow trail right there, water might run down it, but instead of coming in the gate and going back down like it was, it'll go off down this way. So got all this raised up, everything, so water shouldn't be running through these gates anywhere. There's 3 sets of gates. Had to be sure. Like I say, this is the only one that drags the ground, but it's sitting on the ground to start with. He'll put it up, so I've got this raised up plenty high, and I've been debating whether to back drag it or not, but when it's slicked off, it don't matter. This dirt's kind of dirt that just melts when it gets wet, but it's a little lower over here, so anything that does come off is slow. This is where they cut all this out when they's going back there and getting dirt, and I guess they leveled this hill all flat, then water went to running down it, but this will shed off and go down here, and the other side will shed off, and plenty wide, and he can get down through here now with a trailer or something. And I don't know, I'm just debating whether to even leave that little thing right there. If it don't catch much water, it's not going to hurt nothing. And I bent that terrace around pretty good, so it might, water that was coming down this thing might go down the terrace now instead of coming down this deal. They built that and tried to put more water in this tank. Well, they put more dirt in the tank than they did water, I think. So, but anyway, he can watch it. If that thing goes to causing a problem, because it's going to go off its edge and just go down, and if it starts washing, I believe if I was them, I just cut it up here or cut it right here and just let it go down that way. And that way it'll quit doing that, but it may not catch much water anymore, because there's the back of the terrace. So I'm hoping I caught a lot of the water and takes it down the terrace instead of doing this right here. So anyway, this little project here is about done. But I was sitting here all the time I was backing up there getting dirt. I kept looking at this tank dam. It's kind of eroded away. And I'm trying to figure out if that's the spillway over there. That's the only opening there is. It can't spill this way, it's tied into the hill. There's a few low spots there, but if it gets to that level where it's flat before it spills, but see, there's a block or a little terrace looks like it comes to that dam, unless it's supposed to go back that way. If it's not, instead of going that way, it's going to go that way and go right over that eroded off dam. So that's what I was fixing to do. I'm going to set up and shoot just for curiosity's sake, because one of these days it's going to rain and all this stuff's going to fill up. There'll be a whole lot of problems everywhere when that happens. Stuff hadn't been full so long. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I dug a lot of silt out that had washed down there and put it back up in this road. If you remember how deep that road was washed out all the way down through here. So anyway, I'll let you know what the level says when I shoot it out. So we'll see if it's going to spill or go over the dam. Okay, did all the checking and everything, and there's another pond on the other side of them trees, and that little old berm there, when this thing gets full, which the landowner, I just talked to him, he said it never has been full since here, it's supposed to that water out of that tank, which never does fill up, it's supposed to come over here and go into this one. So really there's no spillway, and if it ever, I told him, I said, if it ever gets full, it's going to go over about 3 places right there. That over there by that tree has got 2 foot of freeboard, but there's places right there it don't have 3 inches. But he said he's never seen it's full since he's been out here. So I said, okay. I said, the only thing it'll do, it'll wash the dam down to the grass, and we can put it back. So he said that sounds good to him. So okay. So anyway, he knows that if it ever fills up, there's no spillway on this thing. So, and like I say, that he ain't even got to worry about that hole filling up. He said he's never seen it full since he's been here. So but that'd just take a lot to raise that dam up. It had to be as high as it is right here where this road is, all the way through there, to at least have 2 foot of freeboard. So anyway, we solved the erosion problem, so that's gonna work. And he's got an old culvert up there. I'm gonna dig out right here for what little bit of water comes down here. It won't pour off, it'll go with that pipe and come out lower, and that'll stop that erosion. So with that said, I'm fixing to pack everything up and got to go look at a job north of here, close to the river. So we'll let y'all see tomorrow what we get into. Thanks for watching this channel. If you hadn't subscribed, wish you'd do that. Hit the like button, share it with all your friends, and till tomorrow or next project, remember, keep your blade shining, your tracks clean. Bye.